Reese, going home to her alma mater, LSU, plays against the Brazilian national team in front of 6,373 people. 6,373 people. This is an arena that holds 13,000 people.
Contrast is everything in basketball. Just 48 hours after draft day, we're already seeing two completely different approaches to rookie development. While some players are rushing to post quick, shaky highlight clips for social media clout, the Indiana Fever organization is showcasing something much more substantial: full practice footage revealing genuine team chemistry in the making. What's fascinating isn't just the length of the videos, but the quality of the content. We're witnessing precise ball handling, seamless transitions between drills, and most importantly, that unmistakable focus that separates professionals from pretenders. When you see authentic determination versus manufactured hype, the difference becomes crystal clear.
Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big superstar. Oh my God, transcendent. Oh my goodness, generational. Oh my goodness, so on and so forth. You guys do all the talking, all the yapping. Twitter fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers.
So let me ask you something. If you were building a championship team, would you prioritize a player focused on perfecting their craft or one preoccupied with perfecting their image? Think about that for a moment. The answer becomes evident when you examine what's happening behind the scenes with these rookie classes. The contrast and preparation philosophy tells us everything we need to know about who's built for long-term success and who might be setting themselves up for disappointment. If you're as excited as I am about what the Fever are building this season, drop Fever Rising in the comments below. Now let's dive deeper.
Yeah, we're gonna eat good this year. How about another McBrick? Bang! To your local McDonald's, you can order the Angel Reese special. You get the combo meal. You get the bang bang. Hey, get her a credit card, with the reward points, cause she loves to travel. Bang!
Let's analyze what we're seeing in these training clips. In one corner, we have brief social media snippets that frankly lack substance, minimal intensity, inconsistent mechanics, and an absence of that competitive edge that defines elite athletes. The brevity itself is telling. These fleeting moments appear designed specifically for algorithm engagement rather than showcasing actual basketball development. It's the difference between performance and performative content. One builds skill, the other builds followers.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that.
By contrast, the Indiana Fever's approach is refreshingly authentic. Their comprehensive practice footage featuring Caitlin Clark alongside fellow rookies Michaela Timpson, Bree Hall, and Yvonne Ejim demonstrates basketball IQ in action, precise passing lanes, defensive anticipation, and seamless team integration. What's remarkable is how quickly these rookies have adapted to professional expectations. Clark's court vision remains exceptional, threading passes through defensive gaps with surgical precision while establishing rhythm for the entire unit. This isn't manufactured content. It's legitimate basketball development captured organically.
A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt. That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. They did not even halfway fill that place up last night. So the narrative about people are watching for Me Too, people are showing up for Me Too, that narrative is, don't let anybody try to blow smoke up your ass.
The divergence in approaches reveals something crucial about professional development. While social media success might generate temporary buzz, championship cultures demand substance over style. One player appears focused on cultivating followers while another is cultivating championships. What's particularly concerning about the shorter clips is what they don't show: coaching correction, fundamental development, and the crucial technical adjustments that transform college stars into professional standouts. Without addressing mechanical flaws now, these issues will only compound when faced with elite WNBA defenders.
There was over 6,800 seats. still available. And some people were saying, by the way, that literally there were some $15 tickets out there.
Excellence in professional basketball isn't built on validation, it's forged through constructive criticism and relentless refinement. The most successful WNBA careers aren't launched through carefully curated content, but through uncomfortable growth and technical mastery. The question becomes, which player is genuinely preparing for the rigors of professional basketball? Which rookie is developing the resilience and technical foundation to thrive when social media approval no longer matters? When defensive pressure intensifies and every possession becomes critical, only authentic preparation will sustain performance.
We're going to point this out because Angel decided to come out and she said, I'm going to play the victim. Or, well, the victim, yeah, and the villain. People are watching for me too. No, they're not. No, they're not.
The Indiana Fever's training philosophy represents basketball development in its purest form. Every sequence serves a purpose. Pick-and-roll executions aren't performed for cameras, but for championship aspirations. Watching Ejim finish powerfully at the rim, Hall developing her mid-range consistency, and Timpson's fearless approach to offensive schemes reveals a unified developmental vision. These aren't isolated drills, but interconnected steps toward collective excellence. Nothing is wasted. Every repetition builds toward a greater competitive purpose.
Angel Reese's mother has gone on the offensive and called out Caitlin Clark fans for pointing out attendance. And I just don't see the point in this. I don't see the point in this.
The contrast becomes even starker when examining training environments. While some rookies conduct unstructured shooting sessions in empty gyms without technical guidance, others immerse themselves in systematized development with clear progression metrics. One approach produces immediate social validation, the other builds sustainable excellence. As the regular season approaches, these foundational differences will manifest in performance consistency and professional readiness. The developmental gaps emerging now will only widen when games actually count.
There is no argument to be made. We heard it from Chinea Wumake as well. We've heard it from a lot of people. Like, there's no argument to be made that there is a needle. There is a needle.
Technical proficiency in shooting mechanics illustrates this divide perfectly. Successful professional shooters understand that form dictates function. When fundamental mechanics break down, so does scoring efficiency. The technical flaws evident in some rookie shooting forms warrant immediate attention. Crossed hand placement disrupting visual tracking, inconsistent elbow positioning creating lateral ball movement, and improper wrist action affecting shot arc. These aren't minor details, but critical technical issues that directly impact scoring potential at the professional level.
You have literally got a parent of a player in the WNBA flexing winning a college ring, while instead of, because people are calling out attendance. These people are calling out attendance, and the only reason people are calling out attendance is because Angel said the whole people watching for me too.
At the WNBA level, technical precision isn't optional, it's essential. The microscopic margin between success and failure magnifies every mechanical flaw, especially against elite defenders who exploit technical weaknesses. Watching Clark's catch-and-shoot mechanics reveals years of deliberate practice. Her preparation begins before the ball arrives, positioning established through muscle memory rather than conscious thought. This automaticity only emerges through thousands of purposeful repetitions away from public visibility. The contrast in technical foundation between prospects becomes unmistakable when examining these details.
But people have not shown up to watch her play basketball, and that is a fact. Like, people do not really show up to watch Angel Reese play basketball. And I do think that there's not that there's a reason for it, but I do think that can be that's something that you can mention when the people are watching for me too statement has come out of her mouth.
The distinction between performative training and purposeful development becomes evident in movement quality. True basketball mastery reveals itself through efficiency maximizing results while minimizing wasted motion. When comparing fluid, technically sound execution against erratic, inconsistent mechanics, the developmental trajectories become clear. One path leads towards sustainable excellence while the other produces diminishing returns despite increasing effort. The choice between building momentary attention versus lasting impact defines rookie development.
The second you go to college, what you did in high school doesn't matter. The second you set foot in the pros, what you did in college does not matter.
The Indiana Fever's organizational approach prioritizes substance over spectacle. Their developmental system focuses on translating potential into performance through systematic skill acquisition rather than highlight creation. Clark and her fellow rookies are establishing professional habits that withstand competitive pressure, accountability, consistency, and technical precision. This foundation-first approach may generate fewer viral moments initially, but create sustainable excellence that endures throughout a professional career.
By contrast, Reese's shooting woes drew criticism. She finished 30th in two-point percentage at 40%. God. 29th in three-point percentage, 18.8, and her effective field goal percentage was a league low 39.5%. That's crazy as hell. And I don't want to hear nothing about a big. We're going to take a look at something. Even from the free throw line, often a reliable scoring source for bigs, she landed 27th. Considering most of Reese's shots come from close to the rim.
Professional basketball development thrives in environments where substance triumphs over style. The mentorship dynamic emerging between established veterans like Aaliyah Boston and rookies like Timpson illustrates genuine leadership cultivation rather than individual brand building. What's particularly impressive is how these rookies immediately implement feedback, translating instruction into application with remarkable efficiency. Timpson's court awareness, transition timing, and positional intelligence reflect a player committed to team integration rather than individual highlight creation. Long-term success in professional basketball isn't measured through content engagement, but through consistent contribution to team success, a principle clearly embedded in the Fever's developmental philosophy.
Setting the line at 3.5 hop skippity doo 3000s this year, okay?
Chicken fingers? Butterfingers? Butter pecan? Burn!
Na boo boo, you can't get me. Look at me now, I'm soaring through the air like a flying giraffe. Burn! Sometimes I think she closes her eyes and says, F it, the rim's up there somewhere. Burn!
Let's throw it back to the greatest layup ever known to mankind, the scoopity poop layup. How about it? Bang! Professional athlete, by the way.
She's got more podcast episodes, 30, than double-doubles, 26. Can't make it up. Burn!
The fundamentals that coaches prioritize often differ from what generates social media engagement. Timpson exemplifies professional readiness through basketball essentials, secure ball handling, spatial awareness, and finishing strength qualities that translate directly to game situations. These core competencies reflect basketball intelligence rather than isolated athletic moments. True professional development integrates these fundamentals into cohesive basketball sequences rather than disconnected highlight attempts. When evaluating rookie potential, these technical foundations provide the clearest indication of future performance.
It's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at layups. But I was looking at her stats. I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad. And even worse than that is that shots from 5 to 9 feet, 13%.
Basketball development requires channeling athletic potential through technical discipline. The frustrations surrounding underutilized talent like Celeste Taylor last season stemmed from systemic limitations rather than individual capability. The evolution toward a more dynamic, athlete-friendly system at Indiana creates optimal conditions for multidimensional players like Timpson, who combine explosiveness with basketball intelligence. Modern professional basketball rewards versatility. Players who seamlessly integrate speed, skill, and decision-making excel in today's game. This stylistic shift doesn't just accommodate athletic talent, it maximizes it through strategic application. The future belongs to players whose technical foundation amplifies their athletic gifts rather than constrains them.
This tells you, look at effective bigs in the league. Jonquel Jones, one of my favorite players actually. Brittany Griner, 1 and 2. All right, that's what it's supposed to look like for somebody that's 6'3" and above. Asia Wilson, way up there. Then Mitchell, then Clark. Look, if you want to compare Angel to somebody like Aaliyah Boston, look at that. I mean, she's right here, 53.7% from 2-point percentage. She was ranked 13th in the league. Angel was ranked 30th.
Professional sustainability depends on technical consistency, particularly under competitive duress. The true test of development isn't performance in controlled environments, but execution during moments of physical fatigue and mental pressure. Players like Clark and Timpson are developing technical foundations that withstand competitive stress movements so deeply ingrained, they remain reliable even when physiological systems fatigue. This automaticity represents the difference between developmental completion and developmental compromise. True basketball development anticipates these pressure moments, building technical resilience through progressive challenge rather than controlled comfort. Without this pressure-tested foundation, technical flaws inevitably surface during consequential moments.
Good luck finding affordable tickets for the Indiana Fever preseason game against Brazil at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Seats at the arena for the May 4th matchup between the Indiana Fever and Brazil were first offered to season ticket holders and a few top donors. It didn't take long for them to be gone.
Shooting mechanics represent basketball's most unforgiving technical element. Even minor flaws compound exponentially under game conditions. The crossed-arm shooting pattern evident in some rookies' form creates fundamental instability that undermines scoring consistency. Professional development requires addressing these technical limitations immediately rather than compensating for them temporarily. While athletic ability might overcome technical deficiencies temporarily, sustainable excellence requires integration of proper mechanics with athletic capability.
I saw this thread on Twitter. I was shocked by it. I was pleasantly shocked and surprised. I thought it was so cool and so savage.
Attempting to expand shooting range without correcting fundamental mechanics creates an illusion of development rather than authentic progress. Technical shortcuts might produce acceptable results in isolated settings, but invariably fail under competitive pressure. The investment in curated content rather than technical correction reveals a concerning developmental priority. Professional success isn't measured through social engagement, but through consistent performance when physical and mental reserves deplete. Technical foundation determines performance ceiling regardless of athletic potential or public visibility.
And here we have today, basically clapping back at all of that and proving that they know that they are the moment, they are the Showtime team, they are the biggest team currently in the WNBA. This kind of stuff is not only good for the Indiana Fever, it's good for the entire WNBA.
Public visibility creates accountability. When players showcase their development process, they invite evaluation of their technical progress. This transparency reveals developmental prioritization and professional readiness. Technical proficiency communicates developmental commitment more accurately than any carefully crafted message. Each movement pattern, mechanical sequence, and skill application reveals underlying development philosophy. While public personality might generate initial interest, sustainable professional success depends on technical mastery and consistent application. The developmental foundation established during these formative professional moments creates performance parameters that define career trajectories long after public attention shifts elsewhere. The Indiana Fever's developmental approach represents basketball in its purest form, technical excellence in service of collective success. Clark's fundamental mastery and Timpson's technical integration demonstrate professional readiness beyond their rookie status. As regular season competition intensifies, the distinction between development-focused athletes and visibility-focused personalities will become increasingly apparent. The players who invested in invisible growth rather than visible promotion will demonstrate sustainable excellence when outcomes matter most. True basketball legacy transcends temporary visibility. It manifests through consistent contribution to championship cultures. The foundation being established in Indiana reflects basketball development at its most authentic and effective. If you're excited about what's brewing with the Fever this season, comment Fever Rising below. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell to follow this developing story all season long. Check out our analysis of defensive schemes by clicking the video on your screen now. Until next time, game on!